how's it going, everyone? My name is Tyler, and welcome to the show. You know, I wanted to start this series out strong with a great team. I wanted to look at one team with Super Bowl wins and great moments and great players, but alas, we're looking at the bottom of the barrel, the creme de crap of the NFL. The absolute worst team there could ever be in the NFL. To coincide with midterms this week, and the way I feel about that, I felt I could get rid of my anger by letting it out on one team in particular that is the literal butt of every joke. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, the team that sounds like a literal piece of crap, have become the NFL's laughingstock. A team full of bad coaching decisions, terrible plays, and of course, never being able to hold a quarterback for more than a year. Every time I hear the name of this team, I want to take a Cleveland Brown. But I have to talk about this team at some point or another. So why not now? So buckle down your eyeballs, ladies and gentlemen, because today we're talking about the Browns. God, why?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
A little disclaimer before we start digging into the crap. This show will look at the history of the Browns, but instead of going through the entire history like a librarian would, I'm going to look at some of the most interesting bits and pieces of the history instead of the entire history, instead of boring you and shit like that. And as much as I would love to entertain the Browns fan base by talking about all of the best moments, we're going to get into the crap very, very quickly. All right. I'm sorry. I'm stalling. Let's get right into it. Oh, Cleveland. You can never quite get a break, can you? Back in the early days of Browns football, you were the literal best team in the AAFC and the NFL, winning 7 championships in 10 years. There could not be any better team in football. It's safe to say the Browns were not always the crap stain of the NFL, but after what I have seen, you just can't, you cannot wash over the realities of today. Oh, God. Oh my God. Oh God, how? We can spend all day talking about how the Browns dominated the 40s and 50s and how they lost numerous championship games to the Raiders, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Broncos. But I want to get to the main event, the feature presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present to you the show of the Cleveland Browns. Once the turn of the 1990s came around, the Browns were in some deep doo-doo, aka Brown. Art Modell wanted to move the team to Baltimore. Retaliation ensued and Cleveland was left with no football team for 3 years, putting up a record better than they ever did while actually playing. Once they did return in 1999, we saw the ever-loved Drew Carey pumping up the Cleveland fanbase for the return of the Browns. When you have a comedian who looked like he had a thumb up his butt in the 2001 Royal Rumble pumping up your fan base, you know it's gonna get worse. The Browns entered their new stadium called Brown Stadium, where all this came together in one location to show the Steelers what they were made of. You know, the return of Cleveland Browns football. It was going to be the best team ever, the best. And they lost 43-0 in a literal curb stomping. It only gets worse, I promise you. The game was the literal downfall of the Browns. Words cannot describe just how terrible the Browns were from year to year after that game. Not only can they not keep a coach in for more than a year, they have no freaking idea how to draft players. It's like they gave drafting responsibilities to a toddler who just learned to walk yesterday. even when they have a great year of drafting like this year, they still turn out garbage on a weekly basis. I mean, I try to watch Cleveland Browns football, but every single time I cringe from the inside out, and I end up turning the channel to something else. They turned Johnny Manziel, the literal god of football at Texas A&M, into one of the worst players ever. I mean, even though he was a stupid person after all, with all the scandals he had, he was still terrible. And nowadays, the only team that wants to take him in is in Canada. Canada! What? This is why I hate the Browns with a passion. Not that they lose almost every single game, every single season, is that they turn great college talent into the worst ever. Every draft pick was supposed to make Cleveland great and bring it back to the promised land, but instead, they all got the Browns infection. Just like a staph infection, they all got infected. They set foot into a Cleveland Browns facility and boom, their career, it's over. It's over. This ain't college football anymore. This is Cleveland Browns football, ladies and gentlemen. The only consistent player the Browns have is Joe Thomas, and even he is feeling the pain of the Browns show. The only great thing to come out of Cleveland is LeBron, but you just cannot overlook the Browns football just because you have LeBron. The stench of their games can be smelt from hundreds of miles away, and it smells just like a Cleveland Brown would. Coach after coach, QB after QB, there is no savior for this team, is there? Not even Christ himself wants to save Cleveland from this show. Hello, my name is Tyler Bruner. Every single year, Cleveland Brown fans are subjected to some of the worst in football. Every single game, they have to suffer through some of the worst plays, the worst players, and some of the worst coaching decisions there ever will be. They are pleading, begging for one true hero in the rubble to come up and save their franchise and just give them one Super Bowl victory, just one. And this is where you come in. With your help, we can make Cleveland great again. We can rebuild their football program and instill in the heads of the higher-ups that Cleveland deserves better. Their fans are embarrassed to be Cleveland Browns because they know that their team sounds like a massive poop taken right in the middle of the field. With your help, we can get their word heard. Their voices can be heard. Please be an advocate. With your help and with a call, with a toll-free number down below, you can help a Cleveland Brown fan get their dreams come true. You can make their dreams come true with one free call and get Cleveland back to being the football team it used to be. The football team of yesteryear. Please. Please. Help Cleveland. They need your help. Their faces are desperate. They're desperate for help. And with your help, they can make their dreams a reality. They can. So please, call the toll-free number and make their dreams a reality. Thank you. All we can do now is pray. Pray and hope that someday the curse of the Browns can be overturned and they can become an actual football team. Actually get back to the swing of things. Become a team that they used to be. This might be the year though, right? I mean, they were 4-0 in the preseason. They were actually good with DeShone Kizer. What was this? They're 4-0. There's nothing that can ruin this. And they're 0-6 already. Whoop! That didn't last long. Now did it? Cleveland Browns, you may enter the hype train to your left and right, but be careful not to trip. You might just trip to winless this season. Oh God. I feel something coming on. I think I gotta take a Cleveland Brown myself. So let me wrap up this team. In one word to wrap up the entire team. There is nothing good about the current Cleveland Browns franchise. With frequent scandals with owner Jimmy Haslam in recent years, going through head coaches with the firing power of Vince McMahon, and never ever having a good quarterback, the Browns are going to be bad for a long time. Until they can get their act together and actually be a part of the NFL, they're always going to be a pee-wee football team. To the Browns fan base, I'm sending you a letter. A letter in the mail. This is an apology letter. You deserve so much better. You guys were actually good in the 70s and the 80s. You guys actually went to an AFC divisional round game or the championship. I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. I apologize. I'm sorry you can't be like the Patriots or the Seattle Seahawks of 2012. And to that, I wish for better times for you, Cleveland. I mean, heck, you still have LeBron. You still have the Cleveland Cavaliers winning. Isn't that good? No, it's not. It's not.
Hello, darkness, my
So,
old friend.
my name is Tyler. And hoping next week we have a team that doesn't suck. A team that might actually have won a Super Bowl. A team that just is better than the Browns. Please, oh, I beg of you. Let it be better than the Browns. So if you don't mind, this Cleveland Brown needs to get to the Super Bowl really quick. Oh, God, I feel it. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, God, this Cleveland Brown's gonna be a big one. Ugh. Huh? Okay, I gotta take the elevator. Huh? No. 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 No.